stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Reflection. It's Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. I'm Dion. I'm trying to change my beginnings. So I think that what I need to do is make a full length introduction. Lasts for like 2 minutes. That way it gives everybody time to get on. That's what I do have time. In the first couple of minutes is what you're doing, is you're waiting for everything to catch up. So all right, it's catching up. There we go. Usually takes about 2 minutes. During that time, I'm usually just yakking about stuff, usually getting a fan, driving people away, things like that. Morning, Chris. Good to see you. Oh, Gary, why'd you join on Instagram? See what it was like? Cool. Let me know what it's like. Gary's on Instagram, Chris. So Chris, he's up there and Gary's down here. So that's kind of cool. All right. So Instagram's going to be a little different, Gary. It doesn't have, it's actually pretty cheesy. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. That'll be good stuff. All right. Today we're talking about practice makes progress, right? This is going to be for, anything that you want to do decent in your life, this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to practice it. Right? I would say, I'm a drummer, and the best advice somebody ever gave me was, Dion, you need to learn the beat and be able to order a 5-course meal at the same time. That's how much you need to practice it, right? And that's how I do the program, is I practice things until they become second nature to me. And then I practice them some more. Actually, from there, it kind of becomes reminders to practice them. Aha. See, we tend to forget. I have one cat. He's going crazy today. Mo. He'll probably come over now that I did that. Probably see him here in a second. He's cute, though. It's funny because I will, the chair that I sit down, I also use it for watching TV and playing video games. And I move it back and forth every day. And in the morning, I put one cat out, and then the other one, he likes to ride the chair. So I have to call him, and he jumps in the chair. And it's something we do every morning. Kind of cool. All right. Anyway, switching to Facebook. Okay. That's why I have 2 people on there now. Okay. So, yes, practice. And I pulled it out of the daily reflections. They were talking about step 11 again today. So I just grabbed something else. I love step 11. That's all I'm going to say on it today. I talked step 11 a lot, so I'm just running out of things to say on it. Cultivating faith. I don't think we can do anything very well in this world unless we practice it. That includes our faith. We have to practice our faith. Otherwise, how are we going to get good at it? So how do you practice your faith? I think that should be the question. How do you practice your faith? That's not necessarily a question you need to answer, but you should be asking yourself that. How do I practice my faith? And I don't believe we do AA too well unless we practice it, right? Yes. we should practice acquiring the spirit of service. Oh, here we go. We've got some direction, right? Acquiring the spirit of service. Do you guys know what that? Let me just kind of explain it. I'm not going to ask if people know it. That's just silly, because a lot of people do. But I'm going to remind everybody. Okay, it means service work. It means helping other people out. It means getting out of yourself, getting away from your pride and into your faith. Okay. Well, I fear helping that person because of blah, blah, blah. You need to have faith in God that He is going to take care of you. Okay? And you have to practice that every day. We should attempt to acquire some faith, which really isn't which isn't easily done. It isn't. Especially for the person who has always been very materialistic, following the standards of society today. Yeah, do you get caught up in the whoever has more shit wins when they die? Have you? It used to be keeping up with the Joneses, but the Millers are the new Joneses, and I'm the new example. Okay, and I don't get into materialistic stuff. I'm not saying there aren't materialistic things that I like. I'm not saying that. Like this shirt. I like this shirt. It glows in the dark. I'm 50. My shirt glows in the dark. What are you going to do? Right? I'm allowed to be happy and act like a kid. So faith. We have to practice our faith. How do we do that? By going to meetings. By talking to other people. By reading our big book. Hey, you doing okay? Call somebody in your phone that you haven't talked to for a while. Hey, man. I haven't talked to you. How are you? You'd be amazed how much you can get from somebody. Because anytime your phone rings, we all know. They want something. They always want something, right? So when you call and you don't want anything except how to know how they are. Hey, Chris, I'm now discovering that I haven't had a car most of my adult life. Or a driver's license. So, well, I had it when I was young, but most of my adult life, I've been a bus rider. So I just recently got a car. And I haven't had many in the last 20 years. So, and I forget that I even have it because I'm not used to doing that. I'm not used to being able to walk out the door and have that freedom. I'm still getting used to it. I'm going to have to practice it. And I am practicing it. Tomorrow I'm leaving the house. I'm going to go to Bill's Brown Bagger. I'm going to go to the noon meeting with a friend of mine. Haven't been there in a while. I need to get out there. I miss those people. I have a lot of friends. At Primary Purpose. And so I'm looking forward to going down there and seeing them. Kitty, what are you whining about? Meow. Does somebody need some attention? But I think faith can be acquired. It can be acquired slowly. It has to be cultivated. Yes. Slow and steady, man. I love relationships that go slow and steady. I need a little bit of time with anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. Right? I'm going to need time to get to know you. You're going to need time to get to know me. So give it time. Cultivate that shit. Right? Cultivate that shit. You know what I mean? That was not easy for me, and I assume that it is difficult for everyone else. Dr. Bob and the Good Old Timers. One of the few books I don't have. I have a feeling that it's probably sitting with Jill, though. Jill said she has a couple more books for me. So, and she's like, and I ain't going to tell you which ones they are. You're just going to figure it out. We get presents all the time. I've got a shirt for her. So, fear is often the force that prevents me from acquiring and cultivating the power of faith. Yes, it is fear or pride or ego. Ego and pride, same fucking thing. Okay? That will keep you from this. Fear blocks my appreciation of beauty, tolerance, forgiveness, service, and serenity. Look at what fear does. Finally, I made it to a live. Good morning. Good to see you. It says Facebook user, so I'm going to guess who it is. It's Jerry. Hi, Patricia. See, everybody shows up at 10 minutes in. Huh. Good thing I came up with 2 subjects. So right now we're talking about practice makes progress and that we have to practice the program, right? Every step of it. It even says in step 12 that now that we have that, we have to go out and practice it. On page 164, it says, now you have what it is that you need, and you need to go out and give it away. And while you are doing that, you are going to meet some of the most beautiful fucking people in the world along your way. I swear to God, you are. I'm amazed at the type of fellowship that I have. I would have never picked any of you. I'm just being honest. Okay? And I tell you right now, I would have done myself a disservice. So thank you, God, for even choosing who my fellowship is. Hi, Joe. I was just talking about you. I talk about it. Now that she's here, I'm done talking about her, though. Let her think about what I'm... I was just saying how we trade presents and we were going to the noon meeting tomorrow. That's what I was talking about. All right. But I got some more people here. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to go to a day at a time. I haven't read it today. I don't even know what it's about. So hopefully it's not on the 11th step. But I got people here. So I'm going to do a second one. All right. November 16th. We sometimes hear humility defined as the state of being teachable. Yeah. When I'm humble, I'm more open-minded. I'm free to feel those feelings. And I'm usually in a connection with God because my humbleness comes from God. That's where I feel it anyway. In that sense, most of us in the program who are able to stay free of active addiction have acquired at least a smattering. I'm going to use that throughout the day. And my wife is on. God, what is it? My birthday? Must be. Sorry, I got lost. My wife does that to me. Anytime I think of my wife, I lose my mind. In that sense, most of us in the program are able to stay free. At least a smattering of humility. That's where we were. A smattering of humility. Even just a little, just a tiny little bit will do. That's it. God does not make it very hard to get to him. In fact, the beginning of my relationship with him was as easy or as hard as I made it. That was up to me. I decided I didn't want it to be very hard. I wanted to get to know God. So I decided, fuck it. I am done with all my stuff. I don't know anymore. What do you know, Dion? Nothing. Nothing. I know nothing. I did that for months. What do you know? I don't know shit. And that's where I stayed for a little while. Until I could learn how to get a little bit of humility in my life. Some accountability. Or we would never have learned to stay away from the first drink, the first tranquilizer, the first side bet, and similar destructive acts for those of us who are powerless over our respective addictions. Do I see increasing humility as a pathway to continuing improvement? And that goes right along with the practicing makes progress. You know, the more you practice getting closer to God, the more you practice chairing a meeting, the more you practice helping other people, the more you do this, the better you will get at it. The more it'll become second nature. Okay. I do this with my sponsees a lot. I let them know what we're doing is we are creating muscle memory. It is a reaction to a situation. That is muscle memory. That's why your reactions change from, hey, I want a drink, to maybe I should call someone. That's why your thought process is changing. This is very intentional what we're doing to you. We are changing that thought process so that when you react, it'll be something healthy for you. You'll do the right, what we consider the right thing, right? Now that I have made a start at developing humility, may I keep it up? Yeah. You know what I say about humility? It's a good start. I have humility today. When I have humility tomorrow, you know what I'm going to say? It's a good start. I love being in humility. It's free. I used to think it would take away my identity, that would make me a weak person. And as it turns out, I was very, very wrong again on that. And it's one of those things where I'm glad I was wrong. Because there again, right? I didn't know. Man, these guys I got to do something with these cats. They're tearing everything up. Okay. May I open myself to the will of God and the suggestions of my friends in the group. May I remain teachable, confrontable, receptive, and conscious that I may stay in the way of order to be healthy. Today I'll remember to remain confrontable. Do you guys want me to say anything else? Maybe a different word, right? But confrontable. It means that somebody can come up to you and say, hey, man, I kind of see something going on. Can I talk to you about it? It's like when I told you guys that I made a mistake last week and I got a little assumptive about something, my group was like, oh, Dion. And they said, they were like, no. And they were able to confront me on it without me being... See, the way I see it is, if I wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have known. And I may have continued going that way. So it's good that I said something because it stopped me. And that's okay too. I find comfort in that. Okay? I find comfort in the fact that my friends can confront me. Why? Because then I know that I'll always be on the right path. That's why. And I'm okay with that. Because I let God direct me, right? Yes, always keep an open mind, Joe. That's the basis of the program, right? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. So, all right, Josh Ponce. All right. Okay, guys. Yeah, let's end it with amen, Patricia. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. This was a fun one. Thank you. It's a lot of fun when other people start showing up. All right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.